Hey, Mike Callahan here, coming at you live this afternoon with the way to break down lawn mowing for large properties and how to create price breaks at incremental prices. So if we're charging, say $3 per thousand, by the time we get to a half acre or an acre, our price is going to be significantly higher than it should be. So I'm going to go in a very systematic way and show you step by step how to go in and build a price matrix or a price sheet to basically go in and tackle your base price, your budgeted cost, your profit, and the budgeted time that the guys and girls on the field are going to be able to basically budget it on. So first thing we're going to do is pop out the screen here and show you how this goes. So what we've got here is our pricing matrix for simple growth. And we call this our pricing matrix blueprint. So this pricing matrix blueprint, basically what it's going to do is go in and allow you to create price breaks. So a lot of people will implement and blueprint all at the same time. This is going to basically be your blueprint for your pricing. So I'm going to try to blow this up here just a little bit so you can see it a little bit better. Hopefully that helps. What we've got here is we've got our service name is lawn mowing. The custom field or job variable we're basing this on is turf square footage. So we can go either in person, measure it, or preferably online, we measure the property and enter that into a variable called custom field. So in this fictitious example, up top here under the labor column, I've got the charge per hour is $50 per hour, and our cost break even is $38. So what it costs us per hour to operate before we make a profit. On the top line, I've got 1 to 10,000 square feet is $40, and it's taking us 0.42 man hours to get that done. And then it's costing us $15.83 to produce that. So it's giving us a profit of $24.17 and a margin of 60% profit. As we go down across the right here, where my cursor is I've got my price per thousand. So as we're breaking this out, after the base price, I plugged in the number 98 cents. And as we scroll down, we've got 88 cents. And as we scroll down this sheet, it goes down to 87, 86, and then our final here is $1.10 up above that. So that's what we're charging per thousand. And then we also done some math here on the right, minutes per thousand. So we're looking at it, how many minutes does it take one person to mow, blow, and edge after the base price? So traditionally, there may be some minor edging, but basically it's going to be mostly mowing at this point. So that's kind of our cheat sheet as we're looking at this. We always want to envision our estimating as one person doing it. And then the software system, if you use one, such as Service Autopilot, will back that out per crew. And we've also got budgeted time in here. So as we're going through and just literally taking this formula and driving this down. But if I go in and let's just say I want to make my price per thousand here $1.10. I plug that in, non-emotionally now that updates all the pricing. So what we've done now is created a workable blueprint that someone can use in their business. So if their prices ever change, as far as their cost, what they're charging, or their expense, they can fill those top two things in and copy this in. Or if they want to change their price per thousand. So this is how we break price breaks down. And it's going to go all the way down to 44,000 square feet. And then every thousand over 44,000 square feet is an extra $1.10 price. Budgeted hours is 0.02 hours, and it costs of 83 cents to produce $1.10 worth of work. So what you do is you take that in, and then once you have it in the back end of your system, you can go in a product like Service Autopilot, go into more, hit property measurements, and we're going to go online and measure this up. And we built this matrix now in the back end. So depending on whether it's a 3,000 square foot or multiple acres, we are covered. And this is how simple it really can be. So we're going to dive in here and get a quick measurement on this property here and drop this in to show you the workflow now. So all our estimates now can be delegated to someone who's never even mowed a lawn, as long as they can measure it with some variables. And we're going to double click that. And I'm going to go in and label that turf square footage. And I'm actually going to color it out and save it so we know exactly what we saved. And the other cool thing is here, if we add in or subtract, let's just say there's a pool or maybe it's a commercial place and we have an island. We can subtract out an area of the turf square footage as well. And if that was a pool, we could color code it and hit save. So what we would do is scroll down and go in and select turf square footage. And now it's automatically saved to that property. So the next step, now that we've got all that math in the background, so basically we've taken this sheet here and recreated the whole entire thing in the back end of Service Autopilot, we would go in and hit add an estimate. And we'd have predefined templates. So all our services load and anything associated with turf square footage would automatically generate. So this is the beauty of it. It's a set it and forget it process. So if you're doing it yourself or you're delegating it, we've taken the thought out of it, or basically the emotion. Because you don't want that emotion when you're driving up to a house and saying, well, I really need an extra 5 sales for the week. If I cut my price by a couple of bucks, I can get this job. So what happens now is the system gives you the price based on what you need to charge. So lawn mowing now, we've got it $30 based on our matrix. And these are postal codes here. So I'm going to put the number 1 in the next is postal code. So now we're charging $38.09 for the lawn mowing plus drive time. All the consumer sees is lawn mowing at $38.09. Internally, we know we've got 0.56 man hours to do that, and it's costing us $20.67. So all we'd have to do is hit quote, scroll down, and we're going to go in and let's grab spring cleanup as well. That's $150 for this example. So we'll hit quote there, and we're going to hit save. And now we're going to go up and email this out to the client. So we're going to go in and hit email. A pre-built templated email is going to load up. So it's a set it and forget it scenario. Everything's loaded in from and to service renewal or service estimate, whatever you want. We've got some information here for the client to read and a clickable link. And then they can scroll down, and if they're on their mobile, click call us or text us, and it would automatically happen. And then we've got our lead letter. These are the 5 or 6 reasons why our business is different. And we included some customer testimonials. So what I'm going to do is just literally now scroll down and hit send. And I'm going to hop into my other tab on my computer here and open my email and pull that over for you once I get it and show you what this actually looks like in a live scenario from the consumer accepting this actual email. So they're able to actually look at the estimate now, accept online, and sign it electronically through the process we've set up here in Service Autopilot. So bear with me as I log into my email, and I will swing this over. All right, so we've got this over here, and I'm bringing this over, so if we can see it in a minute. So this is the email that we actually just sent out of Service Autopilot. And this is what it looks like. So we've got the header and everything in here, complete with the lead letter. The consumer is now opening this up and clicking View Proposal. And the estimate loads right in. So we've got our lawn mowing price with service descriptions and a price. A playable video right inside the actual estimates. We've got our residential spring cleanup. And then we've got some invoicing details, general contract terms, some more clickable buttons here. And as this loads in here, I've got all my top 9 services with videos actually embedded inside the estimate. This actually plays live inside the estimate.
Hi, I'm Mike Callahan with Callahan's Lawn Care.
So what I really highly recommend is using video to replicate yourself as a salesperson. So you want to include what's included, what's not included, and how to overcome any price objections. So we know what's included in the service, what's not included, and any commonly asked questions we want to address front through an educational way. As we scroll down here, the customer can go in and click here to sign, and then they can do an electronic signature, hit save, throw their name in here, and accept the proposal. And now that we go back into Service Autopilot, what we're going to do is close that estimate out and refresh, and we're going to actually show you what this looks like now. We've got an electronic signature that the consumer can actually see. And if you're just joining us, I'm going to go through and actually show you how we built out all this pricing here in a second, once again, as a quick review. But as we're going in, now the consumer's accepted this estimate, we're going to click on it, and we scroll up and open it up, and it's going to give us the time and date stamp with the IP address. So whether you're having a collections issue or you need fertilization signature for pesticide use, we've got a signature information, and under attachments, once this loads up, we've got a PDF now that we can actually print out. So that's the standardized workflow that we like to teach and share with everyone. And if we scroll down, we've got the video in there, and we've got the printable signature. So if you're just joining us, just real quick, what we're looking at is creating a standardized pricing matrix to go in and build out price breaks. So what we've got is our base price of 10,000 square feet, 1 to 10,000 square feet of a price of $40, budgeted time of 0.42 man hours based on $50 an hour and a cost of $38 expense. And now we're going to scroll down at 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, and an acre, and do some price breaks per thousand. So in this instance, I've broken it out at 98 cents per thousand, 88 cents per thousand at 20,000 square feet, 87 cents per thousand at 30,000 square feet. As we scroll down, we jump down to 86 cents per thousand after 40, and then we actually jumped back up in this fictitious example of $1.10 per thousand at every thousand over 44,000 square feet. But this is going to give me my budgeted time, my budgeted cost, and profit. So it's really important, in my opinion, to have these extra cells. We're going to blueprint and then implement. If we blueprint and implement all inside your software program, that's where data entry happens and mathematical errors happen. So as we're diving in here, we're tracking our profit. We're tracking our profit percentage, our budgeted time increase per thousand. If I go in here and just change this to $1.20 per thousand and just hit enter, it's going to update all of these prices. So this is how we have a non-emotional way now to benchmark our pricing. And if our prices need to change as far as our charging per man hour, next year we can just update the $50 an hour, and that would update all the pricing below. Or if our cost per man hour changes at 38 to maybe 40, we change it and it updates all that down the line. We're then going into the client. We're going to go into property measurements and measure it. We're going to grab that custom field, grab an estimate template, load it, and email it, and the customer can accept it. And that's all done off the satellite now, just like we showed you before. And if you're curious what this looks like behind the scenes, this is what a service setup looks like. So I've got a calculation based on the custom field of turf square footage. And I'm basically going to take our blueprint that we used over here and transpose those numbers into Service Autopilot or another CRM that you're using here. So I've got the square foot range, the price, the budget hours, and cost. So now I'm set up so the crew knows exactly how long it should take to do the job. You know exactly how much profit you should be making, and you can have real-time reporting based on budget versus actual goals. This is going to be a non-emotional way to be able to delegate your estimating, or if you're doing it yourself, to hold you honest and make sure you're pricing consistently throughout the year. So any comments or questions, drop below. Hopefully it was helpful how to make a pricing matrix for lawn mowing or even fertilization with price breaks based on square footages as you go out. Hopefully your production gets a little more efficient and we can pass those savings on to the consumer as we go.